Breaking news at this time, U.S. President Donald Trump has canceled high-level talks with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un only days before they were scheduled to take place. Now, this happens just as the DPRK just demolished their nuclear test site, which was a part of their agreement, which they were living up to, that if the DPRK made overtures towards peace, like getting rid of their nuclear test site, then there could be a normalization of relations and possibly a promotion of world peace. Yet U.S. President Donald Trump has decided to cancel all of that, simply end the talks without giving much of a reason. Now, he did previously threaten to do so. This was echoed by John Bolton and other people inside of the Trump administration. Now, the exact reason for doing so is not known. However, some people do suggest that this is an attempt to play hardball with the DPRK. However, this might not be such a good idea given the amount of effort that the DPRK has put towards trying to find a peaceful solution to the situation between the two countries. It also seems that the United States is, or more specifically Donald Trump, is dead set upon causing an end to the peace negotiations in general. Now, I've always maintained that the United States has no intention of ever ending the hostilities against the DPRK, so long as they are an anti-imperialist outpost which resists U.S. pressure or U.S. influence inside the region. Now, the reason for this is simple. The DPRK has always been a target of the United States for destruction, simply because of the fact that they are resistant to U.S. imperialism. There is not going to be a peace negotiation or treaty with the United States of any real substance so long as the DPRK resists the U.S. and U.S. influence in the region. However, this does come at a very bad time. It was just recently reported that 80% of South Korean people, or somewhere around that number, blame the breakdown in the talks to the United States, specifically the actions of John Bolton. Now, very clearly in the eyes of the South Korean people and leadership as well, there's a great effort towards peace negotiations which were being deliberately sabotaged by the United States. This is decreasing the popularity of the U.S. not only around the world in South Korea, but even to a degree at home as well. So what we have is an administration inside the South where the biggest advisor to the president is a pro-DPRK person. He went to jail previously for having supported the DPRK when it was illegal to do so in the South. And not only that, there's a growing sentiment, not just inside the Moon Jae-in administration, but in South Korean society as well, that's looking to get rid of the U.S. military occupation of the South, because now they see them not as protectors, but people who are sabotaging the peace process and sabotaging a possible path towards the reunification of the Koreas. Now, Kim Jong-un has played this all very well, making the correct peaceful overtures towards the South, promoting unification, etc. Meanwhile, the United States, which can't let that happen, has been trying to sabotage it. So now people are starting to realize what kind of, the real imperialist influence inside of South Korea that is coming from the United States. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, but there is no doubt, this is no doubt going to very much anger the North. If they've already taken the step toward getting rid of the nuclear test site, demolishing it as a step towards peace, and then have the United States just turn around and cancel the talks that were supposed to be going on. So it's like the DPRK is making all the concessions they're supposed to promote peace, and then the United States turns around and just destroys the whole thing. Now, this may even be enough of a move to make the North walk away from the possibilities of trying to have a peace negotiation between them and the United States. Well, only time will tell what will take place, but this is definitely another very bad move, another poorly calculated move on the part of Donald Trump, which I feel is very likely influenced by the national security hawk, John Bolton. Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.